Okay, it is March 23rd, 2015, and this is another garden update. I wanted to show this Nepenthes plant that I made a bunch of cuttings from it, and I cut it back, pretty much butchered it back, and gonna put it outside for the year now, since things are finally warming up, and it should be very different after a while with the high humidity and nice heat that we have. There are some of the cuttings that hopefully will be ready to open up within a month. And a question for Project Pitayah on YouTube. I have 3 dragon fruit cuttings here. A red one, a purple one, and a white one. And I am worried because Florida does get like 2 months that are cold. And we get maybe like 3 or 4 days where it does frost, and I worry about bringing the plants. See, they're still in right now, but they're getting new growth. This guy's escaping up here, so he needs to be outside. They all need to be out in true full sunlight. I'm just not sure whether I should put these permanently into the ground. I'm not totally sure what kind of trellises to use and make, but I've got some stuff outside, or if I should use a pot and put the trellis in the pot, then I can move them in and out during the winter. But this is a Amorphophallus conject, I think. Little spike is right there, starting to come out. And then he'll go outside too. And this is a starfish plant. This is a cutting. Hopefully it'll do well and get big one day. Alright, so let's see what's outside. So I've got this post in the ground that's been here for years. I'll be taking off the signs. Those were there since we bought the house. It's about 4 feet tall, and I guess I could put something on here so that the dragon fruits can make a tree. But I didn't know if this was too short, or if it was fine, or if it's okay for using with dragon fruit cuttings. That would be something to know. And the other structure, the other thing I want to use is maybe this post. And I figured I could put one dragon fruit on one side and put one on the other. But the problem with doing these, of course, is that it would be a permanent thing if they would go in the ground. So I'm not too sure if I want to do them permanently since I only have 3, or if I want to keep them in pots. So these are the pots I have that I'm considering using. They're pretty big, but I don't know if they're big enough. There may not be 5 gallons as I thought originally. Just to give you an idea. There's my shoe next to it. I think they're 3 gallons. So what I don't want is I don't want to have to repot these to a bigger pot if I'm going to be doing a plant that I can move in and out of the house. So yeah, any advice would definitely be helpful. A bigger pot than this, what type of trellis, or should I just put them in the ground and leave them out permanently? They actually were out during some cold days and they got a little pale. But they didn't die, and they were okay, so now they're inside. Alright, let's see the rest of the garden. We're in the front yard now, so cars are going to be going by and making a lot of noise. But I had a bunch of pumpkins here for a fall display, and the chickens would come in and eat them and peck them, and of course all the seeds fell out, and now I've got this miniature pumpkin plant growing, and being that it's so early in the year, maybe I will finally have a success with a pumpkin this year. Planted itself, and it's going to be a little mini thing like the one there that's rotting out. These are like those little pie pumpkins. Very small. That would be wonderful. And if you know for sure that there's not going to be any frost, it's possible to plant as early as maybe February 15th. But here's hoping that this will finally make some pumpkins for me. That would be great. Not much to see here. These are more Amorphophallus, specifically the elephant yams. It's been raining today, and I'm hoping that with all the humidity and water, and that they'll start to come up hopefully soon. And here we've got a bunch of Amorphophallus. I have them on my old pigeon loft. I don't keep pigeons for flying anymore. I've only got one pigeon left as a pet. And I've got them up here because I had them on a shelf and the chickens got into them and threw out all my good soil. I was pretty mad at the chickens, but we had to put these where they can't reach them. And I've got 2 new cuttings of Hoyas. Got a gold star, and the other is the dinner plate. Now this one has a yellow tip on the first 2 leaves. I don't know why that is. It's been out here in the garden. I hope it doesn't die. I hope it makes roots. They're still unrooted cuttings. This one seems to be doing fine. They're called dinner plate Hoyas, and they're popular because, not the flower, because the leaves get really big, like dinner plates. So I wanted one of those, thought it was pretty cool. Planted some seeds the other day of tomatoes and gourds, and nothing's happening, which has me worried because usually stuff sprouts within 3 days. It's always that fast for me. This time I may have had old seeds or bad seeds that just aren't any good. So who knows? Nearly all the Nepenthes are back outside. I think they'll be so glad to be back out here in the rain. There's the one that I had cut, so it'll be neat to see the progress because I think it'll fill out and it'll have pictures hanging maybe in about 2 or 3 months all over the place. Got a few new Sarracenias. They came cut, so they'll fit in the box for shipping. They're not doing much of anything right now, but they're starting to come up. But the one that's doing really good, this one's kind of neat looking, type of parrot picture, is this flava, Sarracenia flava. It is the tallest picture I have ever had. It's got a flower. But it just opened last night. It was closed. And this thing is such a lovely bright yellow-green. And then we've got Nepenthes. Some are already picturing nicely. Here's the flower. This thing is it's like 3 feet tall. It's huge. It's just awesome. Cockatiels want to do commentary. This is a new Nepenthes ventricosa maja. I didn't have any luck with this plant. It's a replacement from last year's plant that died. I don't know why it died. Everyone says ventricosa is the easiest Nepenthes. I would love to have a pair of ventricosas, a male and a female, that would do well for me, but I keep trying. We'll see. Stuff doesn't really have any pictures right now because everything's just been put back outside. So hopefully they'll do better. Well, these guys are doing great. This is a Cassiana picture. And focus. There we go. And my tree full of sequoias and a few Nepenthes again. And I think I'm going to stop now because the rain has returned and my camera's getting wet. So that's the update for now.